The time is 5 o'clock and here's the one news at 5. First, the top stories. Revenue Agency says Ogun monthly IGR now hovers between 5 billion naira and 8 billion naira. North OK's restructuring but says it will not be stampeded into it. Ohaneze says Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Presidency worried about 75 million Nigerians who cannot read or write. President Mugabe fought Trump over threats to destroy North Korea. Dozens of migrants feared drowned in capsized boats off the Libyan coast. I am Tobi Joseph, bringing you the news in details shortly. Ogun State Internal Revenue Service says the state government's monthly internally generated revenue (IGR) now hovers between 5 billion naira and 8 billion naira. The agency chairman, Adekunle Adeosun, who made this known to newsmen in Abeokuta, says the figure represents a big jump from 800 million naira monthly IGR that the Amusu administration inherited in 2011. He explains that the largest percentage of the IGR is being realized for the personal income tax. For instance, the OGRS chairman says the agency succeeded in capturing 45 high net worth individuals into the state tax net, raising their number from 2 to 45. The agency, according to him, collects 500 million naira from the 45 high net worth taxpayers. Ogun State Judiciary will on Monday, September 25, commence the 2017 and 2018 legal year in the state with special services, award, and prize presentation. Special services for the opening of the legal year will hold simultaneously at the Cathedral of St. Peter's, Ake, at the Central Mosque Committee, both in Abeokuta, the state capital, by 10 a.m. Chief Registrar Mr. Stephen Oloide, in a statement, says the state chief judge, Justice Olatokunbo Olopade, will lead members of the state judiciary in ushering the new legal year. According to Oloide, the chief judge will later inspect the guard of honor to be mounted by officers of the Nigerian Police Force at the High Court complex in Shabo Abeokuta. The event will also include the presentation of awards to the outstanding officials and staff of the state judiciary at the magistrate complex in Shabo in Abeokuta. PDP has issued a query to Senator Buruji Kashamu over his role in the ongoing crisis in the Ogun State PDP. Another PDP leader, Ifeanyi Uba, has been suspended from the party over his comments on the disputed Anambra State governorship primaries of the PDP. While Kashamu replied to a query issued by the PDP National Caretaker Committee, Uba, who lost out to the Anambra State governorship primaries, ignored the query. The issue had been referred to the PDP National Disciplinary Committee for further action. Kashamu, who represents the East Senatorial District in the Senate, heads a faction controlling the Ogun State PDP State Executive Committee, which has prevented the Caretaker Committee set up by the National Caretaker Committee from functioning in the state. Recently, Chairman of the PDP National Caretaker Committee, Senator Amadu Kadfi, expressed concern over the situation in Ogun State PDP, saying it is the only state where the newly constituted PDP State Caretaker Committee is yet to function. Northern Elders Forum has said that the North region is not afraid of the proposed restructuring of Nigeria. The North, according to the elders, recognizes the legitimate demands and questions on the operation of the Nigerian system. The Forum President, Chief Paul Unongo, who gave this indication at a news conference in Abuja, however, warned that the North will not be stampeded into adopting an agenda from other parts of the country that will hurt its basic interest. Unongo explains that the North has a very clear idea on all issues and position on the challenges facing the Nigerian Federation and is ready to dialogue on them. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has met with former national chairman of the PDP, Senator Alimadu Sharif, at the presidential villa Abuja. Sharif has been maintaining a low profile since the leadership of the PDP was revoked by the Supreme Court. Osinbajo, who met Sharif behind closed doors, was joined at the meeting by the national chairman of the APC, Chief John Odigioyego. His mission at the villa was not immediately known, but his former deputy, Dr. Cairo Ojogo, a few days ago defected to the APC in Delta State, along with thousands of his supporters. Pan Indigo Social Cultural Organization, or Hanese Indigo, has warned that Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. The organization's president, Chief John Wodo, issued the warning during a visit to the governor, Aminu Tambuwal, at the Sokoto State Government House in Sokoto, says the first civil war will affect the Indigo, who have millions of the people outside the Southeast region. For instance, Wodo says the entire people in the Southeast region will mourn if there is any disturbance in Kano, which hosts about 1.6 million Indigo. War, according to Hanese Indigo president, creates more harms than good and should not be encouraged. Assuring northerners living in the southeast region of their safety, Nwodo says the unity and peaceful coexistence should be a collective responsibility of all Nigerians. Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State says the Nigeria structure as it is now is unbalanced and requires adjustment. The governor, who heads the APC Committee on Restructuring, who stated this while speaking at a forum in Chatham House in London, however rejected calls for the scrapping of the existing political structure. El-Rufai says that all Nigerians agree that the powers and resources should evolve from the federal government to the state. The governor explains that it is no longer realistic for the federal government to monopolize the police force, the prisons, railways, or maintain federal roads nationwide. The presidency has estimated that between 65 million and 75 million Nigerians could not read or write, saying the development is worrisome. The population of illiterate Nigerians, according to the Education Minister, Madam Adamu, represents 6% of over 1 billion illiterates in the world. The minister stated this at the International Literacy Day conference organized by the National Commission for Mass Education in Benin Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital. The Buhari administration, according to him, is targeting the out-of-school children as part of a strategic plan to reduce the number of illiterates in the country. You're still listening to the World News at 5 on Rock City 11.9 FM. Up next will be your foreign, business and sport news. Please do stay with us. Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe appeared to mock US President Donald Trump during a speech on Thursday night at the ongoing UN General Assembly. He called Mr. Trump the giant gold Goliath, following the US president's threat to totally destroy North Korea. Mr. Mugabe said some of the world leaders are embarrassed, if not frightened, by what appeared to be the return of the biblical giant gold Goliath, who threatens the extinction of other countries. He also criticized Mr. Trump for withdrawing the US from the Paris Accord on climate change. Mr. Mugabe said that there was need to cooperate to save the world from the effect of climate change in order to halt the inexorable march towards destruction. At least 15 people are dead and 20 others missing on Dominica after Hurricane Maria. The Caribbean island's Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerritt, tearfully told a local television station it was a miracle that the death toll was not in the hundreds. Hurricane Maria raged through Dominica as a Category 4 storm late on Monday, damaging hundreds of homes. The storm later devastated Puerto Rico, leaving the whole island without power. Homes have been flattened, schools have been destroyed, telecommunications have been cut off, and the island's main hospital is still without electricity. Meanwhile, authorities in Puerto Rico are urging residents to seek higher ground ahead of flash flooding, with up to 30 inches more rain predicted by Saturday in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. The island's governor, Ricardo Rossello, described the hurricane as the most devastating storm in a century, and said that Maria had hit the island's electricity grid so badly that it could take months to restore power to the city. At least 50 migrants are feared drowned after the boat ran out of fuel and capsized off the Libyan coast. The dinghy, which had been carrying at least 100 people, had set off from Libya's western city of Sabratha last Friday. The vessel was adrift for days before it capsized and was washed on shore near the city of Zuwara in the early hours of Wednesday. 35 survivors were found along with 8 bodies. A spokesman for the Libyan Navy said the survivors were all from sub-Saharan Africa. Libya is a popular transit route for migrants trying to reach southern Europe by sea. Many are packed into unseaworthy vessels by traffickers who then abandon them to their fate in the Mediterranean Sea. In business, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC has registered a shelf fund raising program with the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to raise 40 billion naira in equity funds over the next 3 years. Flour Mills plans to raise the new equity funds through a rights issue which will proportionately allot shares to shareholders on the basis of their shareholdings as at a predetermined date. The company's shareholders had at an extraordinary general meeting in 2015 authorized the directors to raise up to 40 billion naira of additional equity funds, a right issue. The company chairman, John Kumanthros, who confirmed the approval of the fund raising by the Apex Capital Market Regulator, says the board of directors had decided to raise the new equity funds in tranches. Kumanthros explains that the board of directors will watch the situation in the capital market to determine the appropriate time to launch the first tranche of the new supplementary issue. Finally, in the One News of 5 Sport News. Nigeria's home-based Super Eagles are through to the final of the ongoing WAF Nations Cup in Ghana after beating the Squirrels of Benin Republic by a lone goal in the semi-final match played at the Cape Coast Stadium. Rabiu Ali's goal in the 14th minute of the keenly contested match was enough for the Eagles to reach their third final in the history of the competition since their last appearance at the 2011 final hosted by Nigeria in Abeokuta. The Benin Republic side later played with 10 men after Kupo was issued a red card in the 33rd minute of the match. That was the One News of 5, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Revenue Agency says Ogun monthly IGR now hovers between 5 billion naira and 8 billion naira. North OK is restructuring but says it will not be stampeded into it. Ohaneze Indigo says Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Presidency worried over 75 million Nigerians who cannot read nor write. President Mugabe faults Donald Trump over threats to destroy North Korea. Dozens of migrants fear drowned in a capsized boat off the Libyan coast. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcitfmradio.com/live. Thank you so much for listening. I am Tobi Joseph. Good evening.